Shalom and welcome to Hebrew with Mayim. In this video, we'll be covering Behar, which means on the mountain, and this Torah portion, Behar, is found in Leviticus 25:1 to 27:34. Okay, in the English, first two verses, which we'll be going over, says, "And the Lord spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and you shall say to them, When you come to the land that I am giving you, the land shall rest a Sabbath to the Lord." Okay, so here's the first verse. We have a vav with a patach, which says va, and then a yud. This shava is going to be silent. The shava is usually silent in the middle of the word, and it's usually sounded in the beginning of a word. It's usually sounded in the beginning of a word, and it's usually silent in the middle of the word, especially when it follows what we call a short vowel. And this patach right here is a short vowel. So because the shava follows this short vowel, this is going to be silent. So this is vai. We're not going to say vai. We're just going to say vai. And this is a daled with a patach. So this says da, vai da, and then a bet with its tzere, and then the resh together. The tzere says so this is ber, vai da ber. Okay, and this means and he spoke. Okay, and he spoke. Now the yidaber means he spoke. Yidaber means he will speak, imperfect tense, kind of like future tense. He will speak, but then with the vav, it reverses the tense, so it becomes spoke. It becomes perfect tense instead of imperfect tense. So yidaber means he will speak, and vaidaber means he spoke, past tense. And then, of course, we have Yud He Vav He, which is a sacred name. And when reading from a Torah scroll, we would say Adonai here, Adonai, vaidaber Adonai. This is a sacred name, of course. And this is an aleph with a sagol, which says and then a lamed, which makes the L sound. So this is el, which means two. And this is a mem sofit with a cholem. So this is o, and then so this is doing double duty, this dot right here. This says o this is a cholem for the mem. So it says o, and then it's also the marker that this is a shin instead of a sin. So we're going to say sh. And this is a sagol, which says and then the hey is silent. So this is Moshe. And we know that the accent is on the second syllable because of this trope mark right here. So this is Moshe. And then we have and of course this means to Moses, okay? So Adonai, the Lord, spoke to Moses. And then we have a bet here with a shava, which says be. And this means on or in or at, okay? And then we have a hey with a patach, which says ha, and then a resh, and so that completes the syllable. So we say ha, Behar, and this means mountain. So on the mountain, okay? And this is a samech with a chirik, and the yud together will say see, okay, and this is a nun with a patach. With the yud together we'll say nai, Sinai. And of course this is Sinai, we say Sinai in English. And then we have a lamed with its tzere, and the aleph together we'll say le. So the tzere says and then we have a mem with a cholem, which is mo, and then the resh closes the syllable out as mo, lemor. And this means to say or saying. It's the infinitive form of the verb to say, okay, lemor. So Hashem spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai, saying or to say. And then next verse. Okay, so we have a daled and a patach together. It says da right here, and then we have a bet with its tzere, which says and then the resh all together will say ber, da ber. daber, and this is the command form. So daber is the command form of this verb right here, vaydaber. This is and he spoke, if you remember, and daber is speak. It's a command form. Okay, daber, and then we have the el again, which means two, right? Just like this right here, el means two, and then we have a bet with a shava, which says be, and then the nun with tzere, and then the yud together says ne, bene, bene. This means children of. Ben is son. Banim would be sons or children. And bene is sons of or children of. Okay, but more literally sons of. So speak to the sons of. And then we have a yud with the chirik, which says ye. And then this is a sin here. The shava is going to be silent again. So we're going to close this out to say yis, yis. And then we have a resh again here with a kamatz. And so this will say ra, yis, ra. And then an aleph with tzere, and then the lamed together will say el. So Yisrael, Yisrael. And of course this is Israel. And then we have a vav with a shava, so we'll say v, and then this is an aleph with a kamatz, which says a, and this vertical line right here is a secondary accent mark. The main accent mark is this etnachta right here, this right, kind of like a right corner. This is the second one. So this is ve'a, and then we have the mem with a patak, which says ma, and then this resh has a silent shava again because the shava follows a patak, so we're just this resh is just going to be part of the ma, so it's going to be ma. It's not going to be the shava is not going to be sounded. So ve'a ma, and then we have the ta with the kamatz, and this is the main accent. So ta, ve'amarta, okay, and ve'amarta is related to the previous verse. This word right here, lemor. Lemor is the infinitive form of the verb to say. Okay, remember this is speak and this is say. Okay, and when we use this verb say, it's more specific. It's going to actually tell you what the words are that's being said usually. And this is just a generic like talk to this person. Okay, this is say, specifically say this. Okay, so lemor is to say, right? And here ve'amata means you shall say. Okay, the root is the aleph mem resh, which you also see here, aleph mem resh, right? And the ta part means you, okay? And if without the vav, this would actually mean you said, but with the vav, it reverses the tense from perfect to imperfect. From perfect to imperfect, or you might think of it as from past tense to future tense. So it's you shall say, okay? So and you shall say. So that's what the vav does. It not only means and, but it reverses the tense. So amata is you said, perfect tense or past tense, and then ve'amata means you will say. Okay. All right. Next, and this is an aleph with chatef patach, and the main sound for this verb is going to be, for this letter is going to be this vowel right here. This is the patach, which says ah. The shava is here to tell you that it's a reduced vowel, which means you want to say it quicker than normal. So it's like the opposite of an accent mark. You don't want to emphasize this syllable. You do not want to emphasize this syllable because of the presence of this shava right here. So this is ah, and this is a lamed with its sere, which says le, a, le. So the sere says e. And then this is a hey with a sagol and the mem sofit. So it says hem, alehem. And this this katon right here, the two dots above, make it looks like the shavab. We call it a katon here. This is the accent mark for this word, and it's over the last syllable, so it's alehem, alehem. And this al right here means the same thing as this L right here. See, it's Aleph Lamed. There's also an Aleph Lamed here. This means two, okay? And then hem means them, okay? And say to them, alehem. And then we have a kaf with a yud. And this chirik says e, so this is ki. Okay. So this ki, this word ki can mean if or but. Here it means when, okay? It can take on different meanings in English depending on the context. So when, ki, and then we have a tav and the kamatz, which says ta, and then we have a vet with the cholam, which and the aleph together will say vo, ta vo. So the cholam says o, okay? So ta vo, and then we have a vav with a dot through it, so this says u, ta vo u. Okay, so this tav right here in the beginning makes it say you. Okay, this is an imperfect tense of this verb, which means future. Usually means future. So tav, the tav makes it imperfect tense. Okay, and then the u here at the end makes it plural. So it's like saying when y'all go. Okay, and then of course the vo part is go or come. I think it's more literally come, but you could it's often translated as go, so it could be go or come. Okay, the English translation that we read in the beginning translates this as come. So when you come, when you shall come, when y'all shall come, actually, right, it's plural because of the vav, okay? And then we have el again, two, right? El means two. And then we have the hey with the kamatz, which says ha, and this means the. This prefix will mean the, usually in the beginning of the word with the hey. And then we have an aleph with a kamatz, which says a, so ha, a. And then we have a resh again with a sagol and a sadi, so this is let's. Haaretz, and we have the accent mark on the syllable a, haaretz. So this is to the land. So aretz, of course, aretz that's the part that means land. If we were just going to say, so this is haaretz is the land. If we were just going to say land without the part, we would say eretz. Okay, eretz, like eretz Yisrael. Okay, but here we're just going to say haaretz because it's the land instead of land. Okay, and then we say, next word is the aleph with a chatef patach, which is again the reduced patach. It's like a quick patach, so it's a. And then we have a shin with a sigol, which is she, and the resh closes the syllable out, so we say sher, asher, and this means who, that, or which. So in this context, it's translated as that, okay? So, to the land, that, and then we have an aleph with a chatef patach again, a, and then nun with a chirik, says ni, okay? And with the yud together, it says ni, ani, which means I, ani, which I, and then we have a nun with a cholam, which says no, and then a tav with its sere, and the nun sofit says 10. Okay, so nun sofit, no 10. And then this is giving. Okay, I forgot the name of the. I think it's called. It's kind of like present tense, but it's called. I think it's called maybe an active participle or something like that. I forgot the technical term, but it's that I give or am giving. Okay, you can translate it either way. In the translation we read, it's translated as am giving, and this is related to the word Natan or Nathan. So that means he gave, Natan. And so the name Nathaniel is like God gave. Okay. Okay, so noten, this is noten though, that I give or am giving. Okay. And then we have a lamed with a kamatz, which says la, and then a chaf with a sagol, and the mem sofit says chem, lachem, and this means to you, plural, so to y'all. To y'all. Now, and you can compare this. Look, we have hem, which means them, and this is chem with a chaf instead of a hey, lachem, and this means you all. So they're both plural, but this is third person, hem, them, and this is chem, this is second person, you all, you plural all. Okay, lachem. So this means I'm to you. Lachem, la is to, and chem is you, all. Okay, next word. We have the vav with a shava, which says vi, and then we have a shin with a kamatz, which says sha, and there's the vertical line again. So this is a secondary accent mark. So this is visha, and then the vet. Now, because this sagol follows the kamatz, this is a long vowel, so we're going to sound the shava. It's not going to be silent. So this is veshave, veshave, and this is a tav with a kamatz, and then this is a hey. So this is ta. The hey is pretty much silent. Veshaveta, veshaveta, and that means she shall rest. Okay. And the she is referring to the land, actually. The land is feminine in Hebrew. So, and she shall rest. Or we would probably say in English, and it shall rest. And then we have ha'aretz again here. So, veshaveta ha'aretz. So, and she shall rest the land. But in English, we would translate it with the subject first. And the land shall rest. Okay. And then we have the shin with a patach. This is sha, and then a bet with a kamatz, which says ba, and this is going to close out with this letter right here, tav. So bat, Shabbat, and this is of course a Sabbath. So this is a rest. Okay, so the land shall rest, a rest. So this is like noun form. This is verb form. This is noun form of the word Shabbat. And we have la again right here. It's kind of like this la right here. It means two, right? They both mean the same thing, la and la. La, and then we have yod he vav he sekurim. So again, we'll say Adonai. So la Adonai. La Adonai means to Hashem or to the Lord. Okay, very good. Now, okay. Now we're going to learn a little bit of trope. Okay, so we'll learn a little bit of trope now. These are all the cancellation marks, and if you want to learn the sound for them, you can go to my website, HebrewMime.com, and go to Learn Trope. Okay, and I have some videos that teach what the name of each one and how it sounds. There's a few videos there that go over that. Okay, so here I'm going to just go ahead and say and say the name and the sound that it makes, and then I'm going to do it with the word. Okay, so this is mapach. So this is vaydaber. So and he spoke, right? And this is pashta, so this is Adonai, okay, vaydaber Adonai, and this is katon, so that's the sound it makes. So this is El Moshe, and this katon is a separator. You might put a comma or something like that here. This is a kind of a hard separator. And then, so let's do that. Let's do that from the beginning. It says, vaydaber Adonai El Moshe. So, and Hashem spoke to Moses. You might put a comma right there. And then if you're troping, like from the Torah scroll, you can breathe at these separators. So you could breathe right after you say Moshe, because it's it's an art, right? It's like singing. Even in choir, I was taught that there are certain times when you should breathe and shouldn't breathe, like at the end of a verse or something like that. Okay, then we have Mercha Tipcha. So that's two. This is Mercha, and this is Tipcha. So this is Behar, Sinai, and this is Sof Pasuk, which means the end of the verse. So this is Lemo, and then usually at this Sof Pasuk, you could put a period or maybe a colon, okay? But this indicates the end of the verse. Okay, next. This is Geshaim. So this is Daber. And this is Mapach. So El B'nai. And this is Pashta. So this is Israel. So speak to the children of Israel. Ve'amata alehem. Sorry. Munach. So this is Ve'amata. And this is Katon. So this is Alehem. So this is also separator, but not very hard of a separator. This is a much harder separator. So, and you shall say to them. Okay, so speak to the children of Israel, and you shall say to them. And then you could put like a comma right here, right? So from the beginning, we'll do this. Daber el bnei Yisrael ve'amata alehem. So this is now after the comma or a breath, we would start this phrase, and this phrase goes up to right here, because of we know this because of the katon right here. Okay, so this is mapach. So this is ki. When, and then this is pashta. So pashta is always at the end of the word. It's always above the last letter. So if the accent is not on the last syllable, there will be two of these. So it's here. So this means it's a pashta, so we know what the sound is. And then this tells you that that the accent is on this syllable instead of the last syllable. And the reason why that's important is that there's another trope mark called the kadma, and that looks exactly like the pashta, only it's not found at the end of a word. And so if there's only one of these marks in the middle, it's a kadma and has a different sound. But if there's something at the end and also something in the middle, you know that it's a pashta because there's something at the end. Hope that's not too confusing. I don't see a kadma here anywhere, so I really can't show you what I mean. I'm just telling you. Anyways, tavo'u. Okay, that's the accent. Tavo'u. Oh, keep doing that. Okay. And then we say right here is katon. So el haaretz. So when you shall go to the land, comma, maybe. Okay. And then mecha, so this is asher, and this is tibcha, this is ani, and this is munach, so this is noten, and this is etnachta, so this is lachem, so this is another kind of hard separator, okay? So you might put another comma right here. So this is that I am giving to you, okay? You might put a comma right there because of this presence of this etnachta. Okay. Okay, and then we have a a vav right here with a which says v, and then we have a shin with a kamatz which says sha. Oh, excuse me. No, I'm doing trope marks right now. Sorry. Okay, so this is munach. So this is vishavita, and this is katon. So this is haaretz, and the land shall rest. Okay, and this is Tibcha. So this is Shabbat, and this is Sof Pasuk. So this is Ladonai. So that's how the end of a verse always sounds like Sof Pasuk, unless it's the very end of the Aliyah. And that if it's the end of the Aliyah, then it has a special sound. But this end of the end of every verse, you can always tell because it has a sound. Sof Pasuk Ladonai. Okay, so the land shall rest a Shabbat. The land shall rest a rest to the Lord. Okay. Alrighty. Thank you for joining me. Sorry again that we're a little bit late. And have a Shabbat Shalom.